What's up, guys? Once again, I'm Craig, and welcome to Cinemaxing. I don't think it's a far shot to say that music sucks today. I mean, it's basically unlistenable to anybody with actual musical taste. All the female singers sound the same. I was going to the store one day, and the song came as female singer. I was like, is this local pop station? I was like, is this Taylor Swift? I couldn't tell who it was. It was Sabrina Carpenter, and she sounded like exactly like every other female singer today. Don't get me started on rap. It's all mumbling baby newborns today. That's all garbage. Music used to be awesome. And even in the 80s, there was a man that personified that rock, funky, pop sound. Not Michael Jackson, who was awesome, my favorite singer growing up, and I will review the Michael movie soon. It was Prince. The purple one, who died just over 10 years ago this past couple weeks. And Prince was amazing. Prince represented what music has forgotten to be, which is unique. He was a unique character. He had a unique sound. Like I said, everybody's just interchangeable today. Prince was not interchangeable. The purple one was one of a kind. And because it was my great pleasure last night to be able to take my wife to see Purple Rain at a local theater. It couldn't have been better. We were the only ones in the theater. My wife is a huge Prince fan. She was singing to all the songs. We had the whole place to herself. It was great. It made me want a home theater like Tarantino famously has in his old LA home. So for you kids out there who haven't seen Purple Rain, Prince plays this person called The Kid. He's an aspiring musician, and he's working at a local club in Minneapolis, and he's trying to make it big. And while at the club, he meets this girl who also wants it big, played by the sexy Apollonia, while he's dealing with this rival, played by Morris Dees, in a separate band called The Time, that's also trying to get his spot to the next big thing, while also dealing with his family problems with his parents, at whom are in a terrible relationship that's falling apart. Now, that's a summary of the movie. The reason this movie stands out, and I was watching last night, I was just amazed at it, and I told my wife, is the aesthetics. I told my wife, look at these aesthetics. The style is off the charts. So much of our culture today is so bland and boring. I'll be right out and say, I hate minimalism. I hate this corporate minimalism where every restaurant and store you go to, outside looks like a freaking prison cafeteria, and the inside looks like a hotel lobby. Yeah, fuck you, Steve Jobs, and your corporate minimalism bullshit that started all this. This movie, and that's just extended to all culture. Like, movies are so stripped down today. TV shows are so stripped down. There's no over-the-top aesthetics. This movie, Purple Rain, has the over-the-top aesthetics. Everything looks amazing in this movie. The sets. I mean, Prince's bedroom, he's at his own little music studio bedroom in the basement of his home. The club he goes to, 7th Street and 1st, I believe the name of it is. You just want to go to these places. They are incredible to watch on screen. And just the clothes at the time, the great cliche 80s style where people are dressed in the hair, where instead of even me today, look at me in the t-shirt. Everything just looks so good in this movie. There's this one scene when Apollonia is outside waiting for Prince in this alley. The director, it's like a film noir film where the shadow from the fire escape overhead as she's waiting for Prince on the motorcycle. This movie is just gorgeous to look at. It is the greatest music video movie ever. Like, I'm sorry, Thriller, love Michael, but this is a full-out music video movie. Everything in this movie looks incredible. And the director, pardon me, I'm blanking on his name right now. I don't have it written down in front of me, and I'm obviously not going to edit the video. He kills it. He knows exactly what to do in this movie, when to do it. There's times he has musical montages where he's playing a Prince song, like Purple Rain, as he's dealing with issues and he's driving around his motorcycle and it's cutting back between issues and he's not knowing what to do. But even at the end, during the final performance in the last part of the movie, Prince finally performs Purple Rain, and 80% of the performance, the camera's locked right there. You're just seeing the camera on Prince's face performing it and the emotion in that scene. Of course, it cuts occasionally back to the audience and the owner of the club and seeing the reactions, which you need that for the thing. But mostly it's just you watching Prince on screen, and the emotion in that scene is so good. Contrast that next with the next scene where he sings, "I would die for you," and he's cutting back and forth, and it's a happy. He's going through different things in the movie with his father and the relationship with Apollonia up to the point. The editing is incredible. It just adds to the aesthetics of this movie. We need these aesthetics back. Everything is so stripped down and boring. Watch this movie. It is gorgeous to look at. The lighting, the set design, the costumes, the editing. It's incredible. Now, is this movie all aesthetics? People say, oh, it's all style, no substance. No, this movie is loaded with substance. I told you he has a bad relationship with his parents because his parents are in a terrible relationship, especially his father treating how he treats his mother. And the relationship is falling apart. That's the heaviness of this movie. Yes, it deals with ambition. He wants to be a star, but the home life is affecting his career and becoming a star because of that relationship with his parents and the disintegration of their marital relationship, and his relationship with his father. My father passed away 20 years ago this year. So I was watching the final act of this movie. It was really hitting me because this main theme of this movie is the relationship with our parents, especially if you're a young man, and how you can fall into the trap and the foibles and the mistakes of your parents to the point of almost self-destructing yourself the way you do. And that's the problem with Prince's character. He's on the same road as his father self-destructing, who was a failed musician, and he's on the verge of failed musician if he doesn't get his shit together. There's the spoiler, the movie's 42 years old, I believe it is. There's a scene in the movie where his father hits his mother, he's upset, and in the next scene he gets angry at Apollonia and hits her, basically repeating the same thing as his father. It's not a stretch to say that. And then in the final act, his father attempts to kill himself, and again, the aesthetics come in. The blocking the director does, where Prince is dead in the middle in the room, and you got the paramedics around him. It's just watching the emotion. And then when Prince sings Purple Rain, he dedicates it to his father, who is a failed musician, after he finds his father's musical notes that he had written over the years of music he had made, and said he never wrote down, but he did, probably trying to hide his failure. And Purple Rain was written by the female bandmates of his movie, and they're shocked when he says this is written by the members and it's for my father. All this comes together, so the aesthetics, the substance, and the style come together in the scene, and that's incredible. This is a incredibly heavy movie. The third act in this movie is incredibly heavy, but the style after that heaviness gives a little breathing room where Prince is performing, and it's happy, but it never happens. Too many movies today, they forget to let that heaviness sit. The heaviness of this movie is not undercut with a joke or a smart-ass remark. Is there comedy? Oh, absolutely. The rival band member played by Morris Days of the time in Jerome, they are hysterical for this movie. They are so funny because they are so stupid. Morris Days is trying to be so cool and so hip, but he's so stupid in this. He looks ridiculous the whole time. It's so dumb, but it's so entertaining. And of course, again, like I mentioned in my review of The Crush, the sex scene's going, freaking Apollonia. Oh my God. The first scene when he tricks her into jumping in the lake and she strips down her underwear, I was in the theater like, oh my God, my wife's laughing at me. It's like, God damn. Like, you don't see that sex scene. So this is a movie of its time. This movie was made for the 80s, and it shows, but it still shines. It's not dated at all. The emotion of the destruction of the family, the disintegration of the family through internal problems, the ambitions to be a star and be better than yourself while having to deal with your own demons. This movie still strikes anybody that's ambitious today. You have to see it. If you have not seen Purple Rain, everything comes together. The music, the sight, the sound, the costumes, everything. This is the epitome of motion pictures, of sight, music, sound, visuals, all coming together, creating an experience. You have to see this movie. I was fortunate to see it on the big screen. I don't know if they're going to play it again on the big screen anytime soon. If you have the chance, do it. It's worth it. It's like being at the concert. Just see this movie. It is absolutely incredible. Rest in peace, Prince. It's been a decade now. I can't believe it's been that long. Like, wow. And if you go back and listen to his music, watch the movie. It's absolutely incredible. Again, this is Craig. This is the first movie of this 100 reviews in a row. So I'm going to see him do it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Help me grow this channel over the next 100 days. And remember, ABC, always be Cinemaxing. I'll catch you later.